The moment of truth, the match we've all been waiting for. AJ Styles' final Super Indy Championship defense of this reign as he takes on the world-renowned fallen angel, Christopher Daniels. AJ and Daniels. AJ Styles, of course, was supposed to be in the Super Indy tournament to begin with, but he called promoter Norm Connors, called the IWC offices, and said he refused to compete in this tournament. He refused to enter the 8-man tournament. He wanted a shot at the IWC heavyweight title, but Norm Connors played hardball. He said, AJ, you have to defend that championship one last time, and it's against Christopher Daniels.
Christopher Daniels, good friend of mine. Christopher Daniels, I think, is one of the most underrated, even though he's most known on college indie shows go. Christopher Daniels is one of the most underrated wrestlers. Well, AJ Styles, I think, is one of the most overrated wrestlers.
And a collar and elbow tie-up, Christopher Daniels and AJ Styles locking up center ring.
I'll be honest with you, I'm biased right now. I want Christopher Daniels to beat him up.
Joe Dombrowski here at ringside alongside Balls Mahoney, the hardcore chair swinging freak. A special guest here.
Another collar and elbow. 3 collar and elbows.
Joe,
These guys are just
Joe
trying
Balls,
to test
I'm here
their
just
strength.
not in voice. No, please go ahead.
No, please talk.
I'm good. Actually, it's great to actually have Balls Mahoney here. Balls, please, you give great analysis. I love to hear it. Go with it.
I think Chris Daniels has the edge on AJ Styles. AJ Styles. Oh, look at the takedown. Look at the front chancery, and then reverse into the other front chancery. Another reverse into a front chancery. Another reverse into a front chancery. And slipped out by Chris Daniels. This is great chain wrestling. 1 after the other.
That was the longest sentence I've ever heard. But it's well-deserving. AJ Styles and the Fallen Angel. Christopher Daniels largely considered to be the best independent professional wrestler of the 1990s. Styles considered the best
90s,
wrestler.
I consider Chris Daniels to be the best independent wrestler of the last 10, 20 years.
Styles considered the best professional wrestler in this decade. Sort of a contest of Styles.
No, I don't consider AJ Styles the best wrestler in the last 10 years. I consider Chris Daniels the best wrestler in the last 15 years. You know why? Because I've been the most underrated wrestler for the last 30 years, and nobody recognized me. Wow, look at that. Into a tie-up, into a takedown, into a roll-up. And there's a pinfall, and the ref would not count it because it's just nothing but a collar and elbow tie-up, and they're working this. Has to be a clean break here.
Competitive
This is
spirit
competitive
of these men
wrestling. This is
showing through.
wrestling.
Neither man
This is
relinquishing the
wrestling.
tie-up.
This is wrestling.
That is right, sir.
And I have to clap for it.
Daniels really wanted a shot at AJ Styles no matter what, and that's why this match was signed.
Oh, don't worry, Chris Daniels will take a shot when the time is right.
This is going to be a classic. This has match
High
of the
single
year
leg, a high crotch
written all
outside
over.
single leg. That was a high crotch into an outside single leg, and he's got the takedown now.
And notice
Chris
Daniels
is
covering
trying to
up.
block. Oh, that's a dangerous spot to be on your stomach right there, but on your back you can get pinned, so it's kind of catch-22. Reverse into an arm lock. He's got that cross collar and elbow right there. You can see that there. He's got the arm lock, and he's got the wrist into a wrist lock.
You know, Balls, both of these men know they won't walk out of this match with the Super Indy Championship.
Nobody is walking out of this match safe. Whoever walks out of this match as the winner is going to feel this for the next 2 weeks. I promise you.
The Super Indy Championship goes to Chris Sabin.
Chris
Neither of
Daniels
these men
going for the test of strength.
will capture the championship, but it's about more than that. It's about pride.
Test of strength right here.
I see this.
Will it happen?
It's about pride. It's about seeing which of these men is the better
that was a
athlete.
beautiful wrestling hold into a top wrist lock. That was beautiful. Chris Daniels just sucked him into a top wrist lock. That was an absolute beautiful psychological move.
Not surprising to see both men start out very slow, sort of a feeling out process. They don't want to make any mistakes, especially this
Well, why
early
would
in
you
the
want
match.
to make a mistake? This is for the championship right here.
Exactly.
And if you're going to try to go really hard, you can get caught early, and there's no reason for that.
And it should be noted that even though Chris Sabin is our next Super Indy champion, Christopher Daniels could also add his name to that list if he beats Styles for the belt before it goes to Sabin.
You know what? I have to say this. Chris Sabin is one of the most excellent wrestlers I've seen. And I say this right now. Christopher Daniels, whether he wins or loses matches, will never, ever lose to Chris Sabin.
Very bold prediction, Mr. Mahoney, as Daniels sits in the side headlock on the phenomenal AJ Styles.
I will do a 4-way elimination match with Chris Sabin, with Chris Daniels, with AJ Styles, and I promise you, I may not win that match, but whoever has the displeasure to feel my stretches, to feel my wrestling ability, will never be the same.
Well, something to put in the IWC suggestion box. Balls Mahoney obviously technically sound as well as a rough, tough brawler.
Balls Mahoney is technically sound. Balls Mahoney prefers to be technically sound. Balls Mahoney prefers technical wrestling matches. He just never gets them because of his reputation. Wow,
Daniels counters into a go behind. Sorry, Chuck. We're all talking over each other. I apologize.
I'm so sorry. I'm going to stop tooting Balls Mahoney's horn. Balls Mahoney's going to talk about these guys. I'm very sorry.
No. I just think, Joe, you brought up a very interesting point. If I can throw my 2 cents in, I think whomever wins this match, I think that person should wrestle Chris Sabin. Then we determine who the Super Indy champion is. That's what I think we should do.
If Chris Sabin does not get the next title match, then that whole tournament was a sham and a farce. The winner of the Super Indy should definitely get the next title shot at our world champion.
Well, Chris Sabin is the next Super Indy champion regardless. Whoever wins this championship, not going to exit with a belt as far as I understand. This is basically just a match for pride. Win, lose, or draw, Sabin is the next Super Indy champion. Look at AJ Styles backing off a little, uncharacteristic.
No, this is a smart move. AJ Styles is regrouping right now. He's taking a break. And you know what? Look at Chris Daniels. He did not advance. He did not try to stop the ref count. Chris Daniels knows he's taking a break, and he allowed him to get back in the ring, because otherwise, a 10 count, he looks like a whip, and that's it.
Ever since winning the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, Styles has got a bit of an attitude change. He's still well respected and a very respectful young man.
The last person to hold the NWA World title was Ric Flair. That is not recognized by Balls Mahoney and never will be.
Okay, well, excuse me, the TNA Heavyweight Championship.
And that will never be recognized as a world title until it is defended in Japan and Mexico and Puerto Rico and England and Africa.
I believe it's been defended.
And that is my shoot opinion.
Most of those places but Africa. But regardless, Styles now working on the arm of Christopher Daniels.
Joe, if I were you, I wouldn't disagree with Balls Mahoney.
No. We're here to do opinions, and we're here to do our knowledge of professional wrestling. And you can see the hammerlock he has is wrenching in right now.
Well, we got 2 very, very sound mat tacticians. We could be here a while with these men going tit for tat, back and forth.
It will be a pleasure to watch this.
I have to agree with
It
that.
will be a pleasure to comment on this.
This is poetry in motion.
Look at that. Look at that hold he has on him right now. He's trying to hyperextend that elbow of Christopher Daniels, and now he puts it back into the hammerlock, and he's trying to. Chris Daniels is fighting it. Now he goes to an armbar. Look at that. Look at this wrestling. This is something special right now.
This is art form at its finest. A tremendous matchup. Match of the year caliber already, I could say, and we're not even halfway into this match, you can tell.
Halfway. We're 1/3 into this match. Whoa. Nice trip.
Pace quick, and Daniels kicks out of it. Daniels missing the elbow.
Miss.
Styles misses the knee, and both men back up to a vertical base.
This is what I'm talking about. This is some of the best technical wrestling you'll see. You ain't gonna see this on WWE television. You're not gonna see this on TNA television. You know why? Because they're afraid of this. This is professional wrestling at its best.
Balls, the respect you have for both of these men is very evident. Pick us a winner.
I won't pick a winner. You know why? Because whoever loses, I'm going to feel bad for, and whoever wins, I'm going to feel bad for, because I consider both of them. Even though I have a little bit of a jealous streak of AJ Styles, I consider both of these men a friend of mine, and I just wish them both the best of luck in this business. And I'm not an old man. I'm only 32 years old, and these guys can give me a run for my money.
Styles sitting in the side headlock now with Daniels, trying to get that right arm around the face of Styles, trying to pull his body away from Daniels' body.
Both guys are actually doing a very nice job, and the interesting thing about this too, and Balls, you can attest to this, that AJ Styles has been a pretty good fixture of IWC in recent months, and where Christopher Daniels comes in and out, so I would think that that would give a little bit of an upper hand. This is sort of a home field advantage for AJ Styles in that ring.
Well, in that case, then it would have been an upfield battle for anybody that I wrestled, because I'm in and out of IWC wrestling.
Oh, absolutely. There's no
But the
question.
only reason I'm in and out of IWC wrestling is because of prior commands and prior bookings.
Sure.
I have 3 other promotions, and I'm not going to promote them here, because that's not what I'm here for. I'm here for IWC wrestling, because this is my home in Pittsburgh. But
Oh, absolutely.
I want you to watch this. Watch it. Look at that side headlock. Look at the side headlock that AJ Styles has on right there. He's digging that in. Now, see, if he had stepped over right there, he never would have got reversed into that. If he steps over right now, he can suffocate. He can actually suffocate. There it is. 1, 2, and he'll kick out of that.
Reversing the weight.
If he steps, oh, wow, look at the reversal.
Oh, nice reversal.
Into a Fujiwara armbar, a version of the Fujiwara armbar. That was something pretty.
Obviously, Daniels' experience in Japan, competing for New Japan Pro Wrestling, among other promotions, shining through as he tries to break out all stops to subdue AJ Styles.
AJ Styles, nothing given, nothing taken. AJ Styles is one of the best young talents I have ever seen in the last 10 years.
No doubt about it.
But Christopher Daniels has been around longer than that, and Christopher Daniels is a better talent, in my opinion, than AJ Styles. Christopher Daniels is one of the most recognized and then thought to be overrated workers. I think Chris Daniels is the top indie worker in the business right now. Look at that. Look at that. AJ Styles trying to be flashy to take a nip up to convert to these fans, and he gets stuck down with the side headlock again. And again, if Chris Daniels steps over onto that headlock, that match is over. AJ Styles will not be able to breathe, and a simple headlock can pin somebody, and I will prove it to every one of you. One day, I'm going to be the most boring match in the world. I'm going to pin somebody in 6 minutes with a side headlock.
Balls, let me ask you this. If you're in the finals of Super Indy 3, and you got the chance to pick,
I chair shot whoever it is.
Who would you?
If I'm in the finals, I'm going to be tired, I'm going to be bloody, and I'm going to be ready to go, and I'm going to chair shot whoever it is, or nutcracker them off the top
Off the ropes, leapfrog,
nice
Daniels, duck center, hip toss, takes Styles down. An arm drag takeover.
Beautiful Ricky Steamboat style arms like that.
Beautiful, got way under AJ Styles.
And Balls, we certainly would never want you to change your style because you have a very unique style all in your own. But seriously, who would you prefer to take on if you could pick? Would you take on Christopher Daniels? Would you rather take on the phenomenal AJ Styles?
Do you want to know who I would love to take on?
Who?
Rob Van Dam. One last time. You don't understand, the last 2 years of ECW, every night I wrestled Rob Van Dam.
Every night? Well, that's...
Every night. I beat him 6 times. Nobody knows about that because it wasn't on TV.
Well, look at
beautiful head scissor into the jab.
Takes it down.
With the kip off.
Can't get the
into
cover.
A headlock takeover.
Side headlock takedown by AJ Styles. As Balls Mahoney goes psychotically excited.
Absolutely. The action back and forth. And I would suggest, Balls, many of those matches that weren't televised were probably some of your more classic matches with Rob Van Dam.
If they televised some of the ones that weren't televised, the televised matches would look like
I gotta believe him. I definitely think that's true, Joe. I definitely think so.
And speaking of classic matches, AJ...
TV was 30 minutes, house shows were 55.
AJ still with the side headlock in on Christopher Daniels.
Here comes the elbow.
Daniels fighting out shots in the midsection. Shoulder block. Styles sends Daniels down to the canvas hard. And Daniels pops right back up. Styles charge again. Leapfrog. Styles returns the favor. Up and over. Drop kick. Daniels holds on. Superior intelligence by the Bone Angel. But Styles hits a picture-perfect drop kick of his own.
You know, these two guys have wrestled each other so many times, 2 count only. These guys have wrestled each other so many times, it's almost like a storybook in that ring. Each guy knows what they're going to do, and each guy knows how to counter each other's moves.
And the key to this match is varying your offense.
Suplex here.
Varying your offense. What you normally do, Styles hits a suplex.
AJ Styles. 2! Oh, I almost thought he might have had him there. That was a beautiful snap suplex there. Standing snap suplex. If that was standing who the hell in vertical, he brought them back real quick as soon as he thought that was up. That was a beautiful suplex.
Styles so graceful in the ring, so fluid, can transition from one move to another
shot. Now it's starting to get personal, guys. This is where it starts to get personal. When them chops start, there's nothing but enemies in there.
That's starting to open up a little. Styles scoops him up. Backbreaker to the small and back of the fallen angel.
Christopher Daniels has got to be feeling that move in the kidney area. That knee did not land in the small of the back. That knee landed right in the kidney area.
Styles now with Daniels in control. Forearm shot backs him into the turnbuckle.
He goes to whip him off right here. Hard turnbuckle shot. He charges it. Oh,
there it is.
Styles hesitated for a minute and he paid for the Daniels elbow. Up and over. Cross-body counter, drove in the knee.
Breaker. That is a rib breaker. That is nothing but a rib breaker.
Drove the knee right into the rib cage.
Choose his own momentum to pull him into his knee into the ribs.
Balls, that'll break your ribs and make you lose your lunch. Unbelievable momentum right
or your liquor, whatever you're doing before the match. That's coming out right there.
To each his own, absolutely.
This match going to the outside now. Christopher Daniels and AJ Styles brawling on the floor. Rams that rib cage right into the edge of the apron. Daniels has found a weakened body part, and now it's time to focus on it.
You know what? I often believe that there's a difference between putting on a great wrestling match and committing yourself to putting on a great
show. He just
show.
rammed the side of the rib into the corner post over there. I don't know if you caught that. He just picked him up by the side in the side slam in the front and rammed his rib right into the corner post. There is no forgiving there. That is solid steel. There is nothing giving. There is not a ring. There's not wood. There's not padding. That was steel. And he's continuing to work on the rib. Watch this. Shoulder into the rib cage.
Backs him into the corner. Nowhere for Styles to go. Focusing on the rib cage again. When your ribs are hurting, Balls, you got to test this. It's so hard to breathe. So the longer this match goes, the more favors Daniels.
Look, watch this. Watch this. Vertical suplex. No rib breaker.
Still focusing on that body part. Christopher Daniels is relentless.
If you can't breathe. 1, 2. Oh, I thought that was it.
But not a lot of energy in that kick out.
If you can't breathe, you can't fight. Rule 1.
Christopher Daniels has AJ Styles right where he wants him. AJ Styles hurting now.
Another rib buster. That is the old Sergeant Slaughter rib buster move. Oh, and a kick to the ribs.
Oh, Daniels has a set game plan here. You know Daniels would love to be a Super 80 champion. Love to put his name along that list of Styles, Cabana, Head Tie, and Saban.
Well, you know that Chris Daniels is the fallen angel. Chris Daniels does not care about the rules. Another backbreaker, which also takes the side of the ribs into effect there. Chris Daniels is the fallen angel. Chris Daniels does not care about the rules. He doesn't want to break them, but if he does, you know what? It's all about winning. Oh, another knee to the ribs. Knee to the ribs.
Since AJ Styles into the ring post, notice how Christopher Daniels has taken a more methodical approach to this match. He's much more strategic.
Daniels up and over. Styles, back body drop, takes the fallen angel down. Now AJ Styles might be able to battle back now. Might be able to get the focus off of AJ's ribs.
There could be a great momentum change needed for AJ Styles.
But look at AJ sucking wind. He's in so much pain. Tearing away at
more stress on the rib cage and the muscles surrounding the abdominal region and latissimus dorsi.
That intercostal cartilage being stretched by the fallen angel.
Here comes the deltoid region, the abdominal region, and the latissimus dorsi region. All muscles that he's been working on all night, and he's putting the submission on him. I guarantee you, if this stays on in a tight way, this match is over.
Very astute analysis, Balls, and Daniels, little insult to injury with the right hands, continuing to punish AJ Styles. Look at the torque on AJ Styles' midsection.
And so easy.
Balls Mahoney has himself a good old time, like an old country square dance. Go ahead, Chuck.
I was just going to say, what was awesome was how Christopher Daniels turned that hip toss into an abdominal stretch with relative ease.
Styles battling back now. Somehow he's got enough left in his system to fight through the pain and take it to the fallen angel. Daniels puts on the brakes. Hot shot.
On the cable ropes. Those are not rope ropes. Those are cable ropes. Just like the old WCW and rings, just like the ECW ring. Those aren't WWE ropes. Those are cable, steel cable.
Usually the hot shot affects the throat, but Daniels made a mid-air adjustment and dropped him down right in his ribs. Jumping in, Zaguri kick, sends Styles to the corner.
What is keeping AJ Styles on his feet?
Amazing. He's out on his feet right now, Balls. I can guarantee you he has no idea where he is.
He wants to win so bad. Look at, kick to the rib cage. He goes out.
Styles is such a fighting champion.
See, now you're in my area. Now you take the chair and you jam into the ribs. You hit him in the back.
Well, he doesn't want to get disqualified. He doesn't want to win this championship.
You're not going to disqualify it. If you got a 5 count, you're not going to. There it is.
Rams the ribs into the apron again. AJ Styles, such a strong
my woman. Hi, woman.
You know, actually, Joe, Balls has a great point. A wrist lock never beat
Arabian moonsault. The Arabian moonsault.
Arabian moonsault.
Daniels takes down Styles and looking at Monk for the crowd.
Unbelievable.
And looking at Monk for Balls Mahoney. Even Balls gave that a standing ovation.
And you know what? Balls is right. His analysis, a wrist lock never beat anybody, Joe, but a tire iron sure will.
The first high-impact maneuver in this match executed perfectly as Christopher Daniels has AJ Styles sucking wind on the outside and a lot of pain. And AJ Styles is such a great champion. He doesn't want to go down without fighting. He doesn't want to go down without putting forth his full effort. That's the only thing keeping AJ Styles in this match at this point, in my humble opinion.
To hit.
Brings in with the elbow drop. As a cover, and AJ Styles kicks out.
And to hit a move like that this late in a match between these two, I don't know if he should have done it, but it was effective nonetheless.
And Daniels right back into that submission hold now, stretching the shoulder, stretching the neck area, focusing away from the abdominal muscles, now going to the neck. Perhaps Daniels landed on Styles in such a way where he thinks he has another weakness he can exploit on the phenomenal wall.
And this is an extension of Super Indy 3. It's the type of action we've seen all night long, because let's face it, these two guys, Super Indy competitors, and they're doing a great job inside that ring. Unbelievable, methodical wrestling here tonight, Joe.
But like I mentioned earlier, it's not about the Super Indy Championship. That's relinquished at the end of this match as far as I know. This is about pride. This is about respect. This is about seeing, Arabian moonsault again. It's about competitive spirit and seeing who's the best. Daniels off the Arabian moonsault. Almost gets it.
I thought that was going to be all, but no, a very close 2.5 count right there.
Styles was just a little too close to the ropes for Daniels to pin him. Notice Styles tangled up in those ropes as he kicked out of that fall.
Unbelievable action between these two competitors inside the ring. And again, it's like poetry in motion. Look at these guys, Joe, still going back and forth.
Still in a stalemate after all this time. AJ charges. The clothesline counter, the elbows out of the STO attempt. AJ Styles scoops him up.
Could it be
spinning Uranagi? I'm not sure if he got all of it, but the spinning Uranagi connects on the fallen angel, Christopher Daniels.
Guys, sorry about that. I just had to spill some gas out of my body part.
Oh, boy.
You'll smell in a second.
That's okay. We may have to change. Thank you,
Don't
Balls.
waft. Do not waft, Balls.
Thank you, Balls. We may have
Sorry
to.
about that, guys. I had to take a pause. This is how bad my body is. I just stood up to pop for that, and my knee went out.
Hard shot by Styles, and a knife edge chop takes down Daniels.
Well, hopefully-
Big kick to the face of Daniels. Styles has a second win. He's in control. Satellite Nixon, beautifully done.
What action still being displayed by these
This is a
two men?
close one.
Hits it right in. Hurricane Rana.
What a takedown, such
Why
fluidity,
did he
such
not try
grace.
to go for a cover right there? This is about winning, not about trying to be a flash.
Hey, Styles is still trying to battle back. He's trying to hit these high impact moves to subdue
he's trying
Daniels
to battle back,
to a
he
point
should
where he
try
can
to
pin
win.
him.
Watch
Oh,
this.
wait,
I agree
charging.
with you. Look out!
Diving off the top.
And it looks like
Touching
to me,
nothing.
AJ Styles took the brunt of that.
Flip dive,
Oh.
touching nothing. Unbelievable.
Balls, when's the last time you used that move in your repertoire?
1996.
Interesting. I think I remember it.
No, you don't, 'cause I'm wanting balls there.
Oh, well, maybe I don't.
Both men
I was
hit.
a Buddha Singh and Boo Bradley, and both Buddha Singh and Boo Bradley both did a jumping helo over the top rope. One against Axel Rotten, and one against, what was his name? Jimmy Cicero.
The
Both men,
wise guy.
both men hitting the
wise
ground
guy,
with a
Jimmy
splat.
Boo
Cicero.
Bradley did his Jimmy Cicero.
Can we stay on topic,
Oh,
folks?
well,
AJ Styles
Both
just
men
did a
hitting-
super helo over the top rope. And it looked like to me that AJ Styles took the brunt of that.
Both men hitting with a very sickening thud on the other side of the ring. You gotta wonder if either of these guys have anything left to continue.
Oh, they got it left. Listen to this crowd. They definitely have it left.
there's no question. Neither one of these guys are going to let a move like
Well-
that stop this match.
Well, Styles executed the move, but Daniels is the first one left in the ring. It might have taken more out of Styles
No, they're still on their feet.
than it did Daniels.
course they
Unbelievable.
are.
Spins
Hey,
off.
look out.
Phenomenon. The phenomenon. He calls it the phenomenon. That springboard into the emergency. Cover. No. Near fall.
Daniels kicks out. That's all energy, endurance, and you know what? That's desire.
What a battle. Desire is absolutely right. The will to win is what it's about.
More gas just passed.
You know,
Have some decorum.
Well, hey, at least
Neckbreaker counter on the suplex. Beautiful move by Styles. Cover. Goose Gray's down. Another kick out.
Sorry I want Chris Daniels tonight. I'm biased.
Well, I'm used to that with Kingdom James always over here, but that's okay.
But I will not interfere. I will not set foot in this match. I just want to see who's going to win. I just enjoy Christopher Daniels.
Joe, please wipe off your glasses. They're all fogged
I
up.
enjoy AJ Styles also, but Christopher Daniels is one of my favorites.
Blue
Sit
Thunder,
out, power.
Blue Thunder Bomb. The Blue Thunder Bomb gets a count of 2.
Balls. Joe, I thought that was it.
That's a Daniels specialty. Learn that over in Japan. The Blue Thunder Bomb takes down AJ, but only for a count of 2. And listen to the fans rally behind AJ. AJ's been here more often. He's the sentimental
AJ's
favorite.
on regular television. This is ridiculous.
He's the local
These
favorite.
people should be for Christopher
Hey,
Daniels.
but Daniels is well known around these parts too.
So's Balls and Mahoney, but they don't chant for me like that. You know why they chant for me?
Standing Aranagi by Christopher Daniels.
I'm not going to believe it. Here comes Chris Daniels.
The BME,
Double
best
jump
moonsault ever.
That's on
But
his
Styles countered the BME, the
There's
best
the
moonsault
elbow.
ever. AJ elbows out of it. Stuck to the right hand. German suplex. Rolls through.
A reload into
Belly to back.
Oh.
Face buster. Beautiful move by Styles.
This is it. It's got to be
He's
over.
got the cover too.
That's it.
He got, oh man. Another kick out. As Balls applauds Daniels' effort.
Chris Daniels wants this so bad. I know Chris.
There's no doubt about
I've seen
that.
Chris wants something this bad in a long time. Come on,
Both these men want this so bad. That's why they're still in this match. Putting past all the pain, all the fatigue, to still keep fighting.
And you know what? There's only one organization that's going to bring it to you, and it's IWC Wrestling. This
And
is
you
what
better
it's
believe
all about right here. I don't know what to say.
Don't take it,
Unbelievable.
Chris.
Where else can you get this on free television? Is he going to the Styles Clash?
Go for it.
Daniels drops to one knee, turns into dead weight, countering the Styles Clash. Styles tries to muscle him up again, softens him up a little more. Can he get Daniels up? He can't. Does he even have enough energy to get Daniels up at this point?
I thought he was
Powerbomb attempt.
Pile driver.
Counter. Counter with a kick.
A roll-up Joe.
He's got it. No, he hangs on. Styles reverses. Go behind him his own. Shot to the kidney. Styles flips up. Oh! Goes for the phenomenon. Daniels counters. Northern Lights. Northern Lights leg hook. Oh my God. What a near fall.
Referee
Daniels.
Bruce Gray had to be a half an inch away from a 3 count right there.
Out of nowhere, Daniels counters that offense, hits the Northern Lights, and just like that, a split second could be the difference. Daniels almost defeated Styles out of nowhere.
I'm not commentating
Unbelievable.
anymore because I'm biased. I'm going to go watch just like the other fans. I'm going to sip on my merchandise.
Do it. All right.
We certainly thank Balls Mahoney for his guest commentary.
Hey, Joe.
We couldn't get
First off,
we got to regroup from that.
well, it's
Don't hit the camera. Daniels high impact move, cover to Styles. Oh, no, fall. My God.
Joe, it's tough to get a word in edgewise, but you know what? I don't mind. I love to sit there and hear the years of experience that Balls Mahoney has. And I tell you what, the guy may have a future taking your job.
What? Balls Mahoney, I'll tell you what. A class act. Obviously, he has an interest in this match. Obviously, he's got a lot of experience. He gets a little too excited, but I like the guy. But now back to action.
Absolutely. And one final word with Balls Mahoney. If I'm Sebastian Dark, I'm going to be
Jumping into Gary kick. Balls and Dark is a war to be said on another day. But right now we have the two greatest athletes in independent wrestling today, putting it all on the line, giving you of their souls for this match.
Well, that's obviously a debatable comment right there, but you know what? I would tend to perhaps agree with you. Perhaps two of the best in independent wrestling today, bar none. I would perhaps agree.
But
Could be a good argument.
do any of these guys have enough left to stand up? Styles using the ropes for leverage, back to his feet. Daniels back up as well. Vertical base, look how tired both men are. They've been battling for an astronomically long amount of time.
To be able to throw punches this late in the game.
Do they have anything behind them? That's the question.
Well, can you hear him, Joe? I can hear him all the way back here.
Great point there. AJ Styles getting the best of the fisticuffs exchange. Hard knife edge chop from the fallen angel. My God, what effort, what heart, what guts, what drive, what determination, what competitive spirit as they trade forearm shots back and forth. This is the art form of professional wrestling. This is why you're a fan.
I would agree with that, Joe.
Backslide, 2, kick out. Styles, Mahoney straw cradle, Mahoney straw. He's got 3.
Oh.
No.
2 count only, close to it. That.
Pele kick countered. He went for the Pele. Oh, bravo. Counter. Oh, my God. What a near fall. Daniels up and over, sunset flip. Styles counters. Charges in. Up and over Daniels. Trying to go over for the sunset flip. He muscles him over. Turns around. Styles clash. Styles clash. Styles clash.
He hit it. Could this be
That's it. That's it. 3. Oh my God. Much like last month with Homicide, Daniels found some way, somehow, to muster over no strength to kick out of the Styles clash.
Joe, I don't know who's going to be worse off after this match. AJ, Christopher Daniels, or you.
This isn't about me.
Unbelievable.
What a hell of a match. How can you not get into this? They can't believe what we're seeing.
Unbelievable. I'll be honest with you, Joe. I almost rang the bell on that one. I was going to call that myself.
AJ Styles earned so many people's respect. He's beaten Colt Cabana. He's beaten Homicide. He's beaten so many. But the tide has switched. The fan support is by the Fallen Angel as AJ signals for a second Styles clash.
If he goes for it, he might be going to the well once too often. I wouldn't
Daniels counters. Jackknife pin. Jackknife pin. No. Oh my God. Another near fall. Oh my. Lariat. 2, 3. Beat him. Spinning lariat steals the end. Good God, what a match. What an effort. What a bunch of great athletes.